what happened with you in Phoenix? There was a traffic stop that happened. Can you talk about that situation?
I was just getting harassed by the police. They just pulled us out the car.
Right. And they allegedly found a gun in the car.
A legal gun.
A legal gun.
Yeah.
So was that case over?
Yeah, and they let us go.
Oh.
It was never a case.
It was never a case.
They detained me for the whole show, and I missed my show.
So you had a show that night.
Yeah.
You get pulled over by the police.
Yeah.
And what, you had your security with you in the car?
Mm-hmm.
They found the legal gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then why weren't they like, okay, legal gun, have a nice day?
I don't know, bro. They were just harassing me.
Just harassing you.
It was just harassing me, and then they let us go. But by the time they let us go, the show was already over.
So you basically had to return your deposit and
type shit.
Reschedule.
Yeah, I went back to Phoenix. I think we were back in Phoenix like a year ago or something. I rocked that shit. I rocked that bitch. It's crazy.
Well, the new project, Blanco 7. Now, is this the final Blanco series?
Nah.
You said that at one point.
I always thought it was, but you know, it's hard to calculate life sometimes. Like, I always thought it was gonna be the final, but I'm in the mode, like I like making these Blancos. Like it inspires me to keep climbing up the charts and just doing better. It's Blanco, like what I don't get credit for is being a A&R. I really A&R these projects. I'm really coming with the beats and the features and curating it the way I want to curate it. So, you know, it's my passion right now. I'll probably go to B10.
Okay, so you're just gonna keep dropping these over and over again.
Well, when you say over and over again, it make it sound like
but I'm saying if it's working, keep dropping
monotonous
them. Go with what
shit,
works. And plus, I feel like you elevate each time.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
I want to keep challenging, you know, myself. And when I started, like a lot of artists turned down my money. Like if you look, I always got big features on my albums.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the artists, like they helped propel my career. Like Mozzie helped propel my career. Herbo helped propel my career. No Cap helping propel my career. Certain people there, it's just so much, they got so much love for the music and the craftsmanship of this shit. They just really you know, help push me over the edge, bro. And I love the collaborative, you know, effort on the projects and things like that.
Okay. So is there gonna be a Blanco 8?
Yeah. We're gonna be 8.
I mean, the Blanco name, apart from what seems to be the obvious, is there a name? Is there like a meaning behind it?
No, it's just what it's just, I mean, some people would call me that, and then I felt like, you know, that's kind of like my alter ego. That's the biggest version of me, you know? Like, it's like there was Millyz, and then I had ran with that name for so long, I wanted a different alias, and I started throwing Blanco there, and it just stuck.
The song Risktakers with you, Albial and Lee Ford, that was on Blanco 6 or 5?
6.
6. Is that your biggest song?
That song's 20 million streams away from being a gold record.
Right. I looked on YouTube. It's 19 million streams on YouTube alone.
And then if you look at the audio on YouTube, not just the video, if you look at the audio, I think the audio got another 5.
So that's 24.
Yeah, and then it's whatever it is, it gets to around, it's around like 40 million streams.
Right. Like, did you know you had something with that song?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I knew Albial had just came home. A lot of people were telling us to work. My little homies, like in my neighborhood, they would listen to Leaf Ward all the time. I wasn't as tapped in, but you know, thank God that I got tapped in, man, because he's incredible. He's like Nas to the younger generation or some shit.
Really?
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Like rapping ability.
Yeah.
And I could say all this shit because I could rap. Nobody who's in the comments can, you know, question me on this shit because they can't. If you can't rap better than me, you can't tell me what Leaf Wood raps like, you know. But yeah, Leaf Wood is like Nas or some shit. He just rap about, you know, it's a different era, so he's rapping about different shit. But yeah, we put that together. That's a posse cut. I think that should be on, you know, a real posse cut list. Like, we did numbers. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's going three verses, no hook, and putting up numbers like that.
Yeah, shout out to Al Bial. I interviewed him when he got out of prison a while ago. I think he went back in at one point and got out again. But yeah, man, he's nice.
Hell yeah.
He's definitely nice. So you're from Cambridge, Massachusetts. I actually used to live in Springfield for a while.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
It's like an hour from there.
About that, yeah. Well, what had happened was when my family moved from Ukraine to America, we first settled.
Yeah, you from Ukraine?
Yeah.
So how you feel about Russia?
It's fucked up.
Like when you bump into like a Russian person, what's your vibe?
It's I have no beef with Russian people. I mean, it's the government making these decisions. That's like saying, like, if you're in the UK and they bump into you, they're going to have a problem with you because of Trump. Like, no, it's the president. You're you. You're a citizen.
I got you.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with Russia.
No, I was just curious, for sure.
No, it's messed up. I mean, that was my former home. But at the time when I lived there, it was part of the USSR. So it was actually part of Russia.
Right.
So for years, I used to just say I'm Russian. And at one point, they're like, oh, I thought you were Ukrainian. I'm like, well, I became Ukrainian at one point, but when I was born, I was Russian. You know what I'm saying? Well, I've interviewed some notable mob figures from Massachusetts. Have you seen any of these interviews?
Mm-mm.
Well, one of them was Anthony Aralota, who was actually the boss, the Genovese boss of the Springfield faction. He ended up cooperating. Remember this guy?
Nah.
Another guy I interviewed was John Red Shea, who worked under Whitey Bulger.
He told too?
No, John never told. He went to prison, never cooperated.
Okay. He's valid. The first dude you talked about, it don't matter if he was a mob figure or anything.
Yeah.
Nothing he did in his life matters.
That's your stance on snitches?
Yeah. 100,000%.
Well,
especially when it comes to gangster shit, because if you standing on this is your whole life. Why are you talking about the mob shit, bro? Hang it up, bro. You was broken as a man.
I interviewed lots of mob guys who ended up cooperating at one point.
Yeah, they gotta hang it up. They gotta cook pasta or something. For real. Like, nobody wanna hear that old mafia shit and you cooperated. Like,
I mean, did you see mob guys around Massachusetts when you were coming up?
hell no.
Nah?
No.
That was like a totally different like group of people from the people you were around?
I went to school in Charlestown and shit, so you meet the sons of like bank robbers and people like shit like that. I might brush shoulders with people who, robbed a bank back in the day. It's like, a long time ago, but I don't know no mob guys. Hell no.
Right. I mean, you mentioned your favorite movie is what, The Town?
Hell yeah.
And that was all about bank robberies.
Yeah. Cause Charlestown had the most I think armored truck robberies, like 60%, 80% of them came from Charlestown and the whole America, some crazy stat like that.
Yeah, I know. When I was first starting, I did a episode of American Gangster about Mac Dre and the Romper Room Gang. One of the people from the Bay is here in the room, Cuzzo. And those guys were all bank robbers.
Okay.
Mac Dre and them,
okay.
Yeah.
They
were all just robbing bank to bank to bank to bank. They all got
Yeah.
caught. Everyone went to prison. But yeah, man, Massachusetts, like I said, for maybe like 4 years I lived there. And then I moved to the Bay. But I feel like it's an important part.
Yeah, Springfield's trenchy too.
I remember we lived in what appeared to be the projects. I was a little kid. I know it was really, really fucked up.
I think you would know if it's the projects in Springfield, because Springfield's a tough place for real.
Yeah, I mean, we were dead broke. I mean, we were immigrants with no money. No jobs. Mm-hmm. Family couldn't speak English.
Yeah, shout out to Springfield, man.
We did what we could. And you actually talked about how you actually saw kind of Benzino around when you were living out in Massachusetts.
I never saw him around. I just knew of him.
Yeah. What do you think of him these days?
I don't really got like a opinion.
Yeah.
He's straight. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on my show a few times.
Yeah. Benzino straight, like, you know, it's people saying different things, but I gotta see, you know, the facts on everything. But as far as Mass, he put it down for Mass when he was coming up. Like, you know, he put a lot of people on, from my understanding.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you really think about it for a second, Dave Mays was going to Harvard, which is in Boston.
Cambridge, yeah.
Cambridge, sorry. In Cambridge, Massachusetts. And he started the Source magazine in his dorm room as a newsletter.
That's fire.
And that became, at one point, the Bible of hip hop. For a long time, that was the only, you know, like the only real hip hop publication. You know, in fact, hold on, let me see if I could show you this real quick. My first ever photo shoot as a DJ was in Source magazine in 2002. That's me right there.
That's you right there?
Yeah, with DJ Lazy King. Yeah.
Okay. My boy look like Khaled.
I got a history in this.